Hello Pisces, and welcome back to your October 2016 Tarotscope reading with me, Lara. So, my Pisces people, where ya at? I love my Pisces people. I have a wonderful spread for you today, lots of good information. How did you guys make out with the Mercury retrograde? It was definitely a challenge, but I have to say that out of all the Mercury retrogrades that I have been aware of, I use that term because prior to 3 years ago, I didn't really know what a Mercury retrograde was, but now that I do, I'm very aware of it. But this past Mercury retrograde period for me was challenging, but very rewarding. I released a lot of things, a lot of people, situations, feelings that didn't serve me, and in the end, I feel the struggle was well worth it. So I hope that all of you guys have made out from Mercury retrograde in the same respect. Okay, so let's get started. The deck that I'm going to be using this time around is my beautiful new deck called the Golden Thread. I love this deck because it's small, it's thin, it's easy to shuffle in my tiny hands. As you can see, I got tiny hands. But I like it because it's environmentally friendly, it's eco-friendly, it's biodegradable, and it's made out of this beautiful golden thread, which is why it's called Golden Thread. But as you can see, it's just, so gorgeous. I just had to have it. So I'm going to be drawing cards from this deck today. And for the added guidance, I'm going to be pulling this month from the Vintage Wisdom Oracle deck. I love it because it has a very romantic vintage feel, and I love everything and anything vintage. I love it all. So I feel like the messages are very diverse, the cards are beautiful, and it would be a lovely complement to the new Golden Thread deck that I'm going to be using this time around. So let's get down to business, Pisces. Okay, so the very first card that I drew for you is the Six of Pentacles. What is the Six of Pentacles? As you can see, let me just take a moment to point out in this card. You see these scales here, it's about balance and fairness, and you see these hands opening up, and here's the hands giving pentacles to these other hands, and pentacles are generally a monetary suit. It's about money, finances, security, and everything like that. So this is very much a card of generosity, charity, giving, prosperity, sharing your wealth. And as we all know, you give to receive, you receive to give. It's a cycle. If you want to improve your finances, you want to improve your flow of abundance, the best way is to give. Especially, things that you don't use. I am forever donating clothes to the needy. I always put them in the bins. There are some times, even when I can't really afford to, I still put money in the donation bins because I always know it's going to come back to me, and I know that there's always somebody out there who has less than I do and could benefit from it. And because of that, I am ensuring my continual sense of abundance and prosperity, and assuring that I continue to receive what I need when I need it. So this card is all about giving. It's also a sign for a turn for the better, especially in regards to finances, because the Pentacle suits, it is about finance. But some other key phrases I wanted to point out about this card: equality, fairness, like I said, the scales at the bottom, equality, fairness, natural cycles, like I mentioned, giving and receiving, that's a natural cycle. A positive cycle is going to come for you. And it's also a suggestion that you are about to give something of value or receive something of value, and it's not always monetary. Don't be too proud to accept this. So this could be, let me think for a second. Let me get a good example. I see. Okay, so you will either give something of value, like I said, to somebody, or you will receive this. This can also be in terms of emotions and feelings, like you might be ready to give your heart to somebody, or somebody will give their heart to you. Don't be too proud to accept it. So it can be feelings, it can be kind gestures, it could be declarations of love. Could be friendships, all different types. It's not just monetary. Abundance comes in so many forms. My favorite form is that of love and emotion. I will take having a really good friend or a really big hug from a friend when I need it over money any day. I know people say money makes the world go round, but for me, you know, good people are hard to find. So if I have a really good friend who gives me a big hug on a bad day, I'll take that over money at any time. So something that you consider to have great value will be given to you, or you will give it to somebody else during this time. And just remember that what you give is what you will get in return. So make it something good, Pisces. As far as work goes, things should be going better, and it may seem like out of the blue. And what I mean by that is that there could have been a period of time where you're like, do I really want to continue to do this? Is this where I want to be? Or things could have been like lackluster, just not exciting, just very routine. But then again, you know, work tends to be routine, but something there was just kind of lacking, and you're just questioning, oh, am I in the right spot? And then bam, this card comes into play and says, things are going to be going better out of the blue. You're going to be surprised, like, I didn't expect that to happen. And it's also suggesting that somebody of power within your work field is likely to come in and help support you now. So if you have goals and dreams, aspirations for making progress in your field of work, if you were like a promotion, or eventually one day, you know, say you want to be like VP of a company, somebody very powerful within your work field is going to help you get to that point. They're going to give you like tips, advice, or put you into connection with the right people to get you on your way. And it's also a good time to ask for a raise since things are looking up. Remember, Pentacles and money. It's a good time to ask for a raise. As far as relationships go, if you're single and looking, you are likely to meet someone new who is positive, kind, and generous. And this may come from an introduction through a mutual friend. It's a good idea right around now to let people know that you're looking, if you are looking to be in a relationship. And this is a very balanced time for you. So it's perfect and ripe for relationships. If you are currently in a relationship, it's saying that this is a time of balance. You will both be giving and receiving, and everything is functioning within inner harmony. And it's also saying that if your partner wants to spoil you, let them spoil you. Take turns spoiling each other. It's just good, happy energy, Pisces. Very, very good energy for you. Okay, so let's move to the next card. The next card I pulled for you is the Moon in Reverse. This is actually the Pisces card in the tarot deck. Notice the two fish at the bottom. Now, generally, this card, upright position, means confusion. Keywords being confusion and intuition. In reverse, it still has the same energy. The energy is just a little bit stronger, in my opinion. This card is about, there we go, confusion, like I said, uncertainty, just not knowing. It's more of a need for you to trust your gut and your intuition versus your rational mind. To me, the moon speaks of feelings, deep feelings within, soul urges. Whenever I pull this card, it tells me, yes, I'm confused. Yes, I don't know what the hell is going on. Yes, my physical eyes are seeing one thing, but on the inside, I'm feeling a different thing. This is just telling me, listen, stop trying to figure it out with your mind. Use your intuition to guide you. What does my gut say about this situation? What does my higher self say? So, this card is saying that you may have to sit with uncertainty. You're trying to figure something out. There is something in your life, Pisces, that is puzzling you. And you want to dig to get to the bottom of it. But this card is saying just sit with the uncertainty. We don't always have to figure everything out. Trust me, I know I struggle with this so greatly. I feel like I should have been some sort of like forensics expert. I wanted to for the longest time because I have so many interests in life. Like, I just feel like I wish I could live forever because there's so many things that I want to do. But I've always wanted to be like an inspector or like forensics because I can never leave no stone unturned. I've got to figure everything out. I love puzzles. I cannot rest until I figure it out. So sometimes I gotta reel myself back in, you know? And sometimes it's okay to not know. And I've gotten to the point now in my life where I understand, you know what, if I don't figure it out, it's okay. Let me not waste all my energy by focusing on the wrong stuff. Let me bring it back to the present, because when you focus on so many things that you may not need to focus on, what are you doing? You're stealing your peace in the now. And in the present is a present. You have to enjoy it, you know? So let things unfold. Don't try to force things or people to do things they may or may not be ready for. So if you're wanting something to happen, give it time. It's gonna unfold in a natural and beautiful way. Sometimes if you rush things too much, it may have the potential to fall apart. And if you truly care about this, truly want this, just let it lead you. Actually, my friend just said that to me the other day. He goes, there's a difference between letting something lead you, and chasing it. What happens when you chase something? Something runs away. But if you're led by it, you're going at the pace that it's going at, and you're letting it happen naturally, and it won't run. It's kind of like you see a stray animal, and you're like, oh, cute puppy, and then you chase it, and then the dog runs away. Yeah, same concept. Let it unfold naturally within its own time. And this is also a great time of psychic abilities and intuitiveness. And as a Pisces person and a water sign, you're very psychic, very intuitive as it is. Whether or not you choose to acknowledge that or not, your gut feelings are strong. You just have to trust it. If you know in your gut something's meant to be, it's going to happen, it's going to happen. But then again, you know, sometimes, you know, people's feelings get in the way, and then they're overly worried. You don't want to self-prophesize, have things come about from negative emotions and everything like that. So this is just saying this is a very psychic, intuitive time for you. Listen to how you're feeling. Use your gut to help you navigate through this confusing time. Listen to your inner self for guidance. Trust your gut without, like I said, getting carried away, because sometimes when we're very passionate about something, we get very, very worried. You don't want to get caught up and lost in worry, because what happens is when you have like these thoughts like, oh, what if this happens? What if that? You spend too much time in that vibration of worry and concern. It skews what you're feeling. So it makes it harder to understand, is this my gut? Is this my intuition telling me this? Or is this fear whispering into my ear? So don't get caught up in the worry. Let go of the control. That's the very big key. Let go of control and let go of worry, because things are going to unfold naturally. And when you let go of that, your intuition and your gut is going to be an accurate compass for what to do next, where to go, and how things are going to be. And this is also a period where things could be easily misinterpreted and misunderstood, because the vibration of the card is in reverse. Whereas upright, it's, you know, still confusion and intuitive phase, but in reversed, things are a little bit more heightened. So you want to try to not jump the gun. Okay? Just let things happen. Don't think about it too much. If you need to, take a break, find something to help keep you distracted. All right, Pisces. Okay, so the last card is a very positive card. I like this card because it is the Two of Wands. Now, in my other deck, you would see the young man holding a nice little globe with the two wands, and it's all about future planning, making progress, decisions being made, discovery, and balance. So the things that you had going on in the beginning, where you're giving something from yourself that you value to another person, or another person is giving you something of value that you think, or you believe, I should say, you believe holds great value. Somebody is giving that to you. And it may have you coming in feeling very confused, like, oh my God, this person gave me this thing of value and I really love it. I hope everything works out. And you're getting caught up. Don't get caught up in worry, because you really want this. You want to be able to keep it. Just be calm. Let it happen naturally. Let your intuition guide you through that period. But it seems as though you get through that very nicely, because now you're making future plans. You're discovering parts of yourself that you did not know were there, or you're discovering things about the world that you may have never seen before. This thing that's being given to you of value could be a new look, a new way of looking at the world or at life, a new perspective, new ideas. And now you're taking it and you're putting it to use. You're like, I am going to do this with that. And I'm going to try this. And I'm going to do things differently. And this is just wonderful. This is just a wonderful card to get. I love it. It's all good vibes. Now, the only thing about this card is you need to stay mindful of the give and take in relationships. That when somebody gives to you, make sure that you're just not taking from them. And if you're giving to somebody, make sure you're not the one who's always giving. There needs to be balance. Again, focus on the scales of the card. So this is just saying to be mindful of the give and take. Make sure that there's fairness. If things right now feel a little bit out of balance, don't worry. They're going to be put back into balance very shortly, and they will continue to improve. Even if the situation you find yourself in appears with your physical eyes to be difficult, just know that not everything is what it seems, and that you need to trust your intuition on this. If it feels right, it is right. Okay? Just don't get caught up. Things are going to improve. Even if it's, I keep getting drawn to this globe here. So you could be discovering new lands, traveling a lot, making plans to travel and see the world. Just know things are going to improve, and it's going to bring balance back into your life. That's what I'm feeling, is that if you're going to be traveling somewhere, or something to do with travel, or exploring new things that you did not give thought to before, it's going to bring a new sense of balance to your life and happiness. Keep your eye on the prize, which is the world. And the world, to me, always symbolizes success, happiness, and life. To me, whenever I see the earth or a globe, that's what that speaks to me. Okay, Pisces? So your added guidance card, I feel, as always, is very appropriate, and it never gets old for me. When I shuffle and all the cards just play into each other and the resonance that's there, it's just, it always gives me a little bit of a chuckle. Like, you really can't make this stuff up. So the added guidance, the overall feel for the energy of the month, is the Awakening card. There we go. There we go. What the Awakening card is like I said, you're going to be having a new perspective on things that you may have previously felt different about. Shifting your perspective about life, people, and experiences, and things like that are going to be shifting. But the beautiful thing about this is, in all these things that are happening to you within this month, it's going to awaken you to who you truly are at your core. And to me, I find that to be the most beautiful thing of all. That is something of value. And it seems as though you'll be getting it from another person, or you will be giving it to another person. But Even if you are giving it to another person, you're still awakening to who your true self is, who your soul is at the core, who your higher self is. This is who you truly are. So if I got this card, this is who Lara Lee really is. And, you know, sometimes in life, we hit these rough patches, we have these rough experiences. This is gonna... Alright, there we go. We have these experiences that kind of condition us through life to be a certain way. So if you were crabby your whole life and somebody comes along and shows us a different way of being, we then are sloughing off all that old stuff of who we used to be, and we are becoming who we already are, but did not know we were this person. We did not know we could experience this level of happiness or experience feelings that we had once cut ourselves off from because, you know, society and life and situations in it condition us to feel and act a certain way. But in this process, this whole month, you're going to be finding out who you really are and seeing yourself. You're going to be seeing life and situations in a different light. And that is truly priceless. Very priceless, Pisces. I'm so happy for you guys. I always love doing reads where people get such wonderful results because, you know, nobody ever wants to struggle, and I don't ever want to see anybody struggle, but sometimes struggle is necessary. Struggle makes you strong. Struggle rewards you with things that you could just not attain unless you crawled through the mud and struggled. Struggle is a beautiful thing. And it took me a very long time to shift my perspective on that because, you know, I, of all people, have had a very hard life, but I am so forever grateful for how hard it's been because it's made me a very strong person and it's made me wiser. So I hope you enjoyed this reading, Pisces. I am so interested in hearing how you guys make out, so please drop me a comment to let me know how you make out throughout the month. If you would like a personal reading with me, you can check out some of my links in the description box. I almost forgot what I was going to say. Check out some of my links in the description box. And as always, like, share, subscribe. And until the next video, I see you then. But I wish you nothing but the best. Great big hugs from me. And I'll see you next time, Pisces.